This podcast is sponsored by TaylorMade, the number one driver in golf. Welcome to the 1457 podcast from Scotland, where golf began. And we are going to get into our second nine, the back nine of Scotland's Ultimate 18. As usual, Stevie here, resident golf nut, and I'm joined by my able, or sometimes able, co-pilots, Dave Kerr. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening. Good to see you again.
And the legend that is Malcolm Duck. Good evening, Malcolm.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. There is a sun over a yard arm and a gin and tonic or a little whiskey beckoning.
I'm sipping a glass of rosé, so you're aware.
Nice.
Actually, just on that, today I went privileged as a group of ex-Boot and ex-Royal Marines to go and look at HMS Duke of Edinburgh, one of our two new aircraft carriers. Was up on the control tower for all the planes, and some of the fighter units and helicopter units slapped their little stickers on. There was a great sticker saying the Drunken Duck, so I felt immediately at home.
Fair enough. Well, myself and my son Jimmy were treated to a hospitality this week whilst he was playing in the European Kids Championship. And
do you know what, Dave?
Go on then, tell me.
There is a cur that's really nice. Young Jimmy, I tell you what, was brand new. What a lovely young lad. Absolutely brand new. And how did he get on?
He did well. He finished 28th in his age group, so he was happy with that out of 50 players from all over the world. So very, very proud
Fantastic.
of him. Very proud of him.
If his caddy could have read the lines in the greens, it might have been better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
exactly.
Anyway, on to the back nine.
Yeah, the back nine. All right. Well, as we've done in the front nine, how we do this is our followers on our social channels have given their view, and we have down to a shortlist for each of the back nine. And remember, you can check us out on all the social media channels at Scotland Where Golf Began. Right, hole 10. I mean, this is going to be the shortest discussion there is for this because it's obviously the 10th at the Ailsa and Turnberry. However, there are some other contenders. Ely. Oh, fuck. Dave and I.
That 10th for the Lighthouse, come on.
Dave and I.
It's a lighthouse hole on the proper Scottish golf course, Scotland's golf course, in the sun. Not that Turnberry.
Interestingly, well, what was
through the rain and the wind.
This is very much a very diplomatic process, and unfortunately, Renaissance didn't get enough votes to make the shortlist, mate. So there you go. Whereas Turnberry obviously did, Ely did, and Trump Aberdeen did. Now I've played Turnberry and Trump Aberdeen, but let's go to Ely because I can't really remember the 10th Ely. Ben Pitlesky on Facebook says 10th is a great hole, Ely, great golf hole, and really much fun. So there you go. So to somebody tell me about Ely, Dave. Yeah. You're the Fife man.
No, again, it is. I think fun covers it. Fun is definitely the word I'd use to describe the 10th at Ely. And again, it probably of Fife's options, it's probably the one I would pick out and can see why it's made the shortlist. I have to say, Stevie, I know it's your back garden, but it's hard to see past Turnberry here. It was always a cool hole, and then the recent renovations have made it just an unbelievable hole.
It's an immense. 10th at Turnberry is a fantastic hole since the changes and off the back tees, and that's at Hux3009 on Twitter. I played it for many years. Obviously, its old iteration, it was my favourite hole, but now it's just next level. Particularly the way that they've carved the green out into the sort of edge of the cliff and giving you that sort of infinity green. And also, the good thing as well is they've brought the beach more into play, I feel, than the old version because of the way that it's shaped, which I think makes it exciting. And you can play off the beach red stakes, so if you find your ball, you can give it a go, which is great. Sorry, Malcolm, on you go.
So a bit like Macrohanish is kind of a no-brainer for kind of one. It sounds a bit like Turnberry's coming in there, though. Just in Renaissance defence, people know the holes because of the Scottish Open routing. But anyway, I've got to say Turnberry, phenomenal golf hole.
Well, I think we've found a winner, and that is the Ailsa course at Turnberry. Okay, right, we're on to hole 11. Contenders are Tane, Dunaverty, Castle Stewart, and Royal Troon. Okay, let's start with Dunaverty. Dave, remind me, what is it like?
Yeah, so this is the high point of the course. You're looking back down the kind of the first 9, and you've got the coast on your left hand side. It's a stunning hole. Great views across to, I think it must be Mull, maybe, on your left. And the course is just laid out in front of you. Really beautiful place to spend some time.
And that's a big favourite of Jim Hartzell, which is a pretty special course.
Yeah, exactly. And funnily enough, he mentioned that on Twitter, didn't he? Perhaps the obvious answer coming from me, but the 11th in Dunaverty. And then we've got Tane, gets his vote from another former guest of this podcast, Stephen Proctor, who told us that on Twitter. Remind us of Tane's 11th hole. I'm just having a look at it here. It's got a fence down the side. It looks like it's near the water as well. It's got out of bounds all around it, actually, both along the left side with a fence and at the end of it.
Yeah, again, you're shooting the 11th. You're shooting back towards the coast at 11, I think. And it's typical of the holes at Tane. It's a bit of a kind of moonscape, quite flat, but with lots of humps and hollows, and really interesting golf hole, actually. Again, I know we're talking about the 11th now, but it then puts me in mind of the 12th, which is the one that runs along the coast, and it's another absolutely stunning golf hole. So definitely worthy of the shortlist. Tane.
Castle Stewart's 11th, that's a pretty special hole. After the 10th, it goes along the beach. It's like, I believe it's a par 3, isn't it? That just heads out towards the water. It looks pretty great. I've played it a couple of times, but it's been a long while, unfortunately.
It's again, I can absolutely see why it's made a shortlist. It really is one of those. Again, I think we talked about it last time, didn't we? That you could literally have a 1 to 18 of par 3s. Yeah, it's another cracker.
And then Royal Troon is the final contender for this one.
That's the one from the caravan park, isn't it? And you over the dunes.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that one, to be honest, as much as.
Well, that is a great hole. But I remember sitting there on that dune with my binoculars watching Tiger. And the ball, I was watching the binoculars, I was watching the ball coming, and it came closer and closer. I started shuffling my bum because I'd forgotten the binoculars were making it just so close to me. Incoming mortar fire from Tiger. It's a cracking golf hole, but visually, I mean, there's so many great golf holes. It's not just the design of the hole with this. It's a great hole, but it doesn't have the visuals with the caravan park in the back and all the rest. But
I feel we've dwelt long enough on my shot shape. And this is another hole that does not suit my shot shape.
No, it definitely doesn't. It definitely doesn't.
We can't discard it because it's short shape.
I think anyone...
Do you like Dunaverty and Tane because of the short shape?
Dunaverty is pretty cool because I'm putting out over the water and then bringing it back, right? So whereas this one, I'm aiming at some gorse bushes and checking the train timetable. So yeah.
I think Dunaverty should win it. It's because it's a bit fits with our vibe of kind of Scotland where golf began. That's slightly off the beaten track.
Yeah,
not the obvious one. So I think we give it to Dunaverty.
Absolutely. And again, I think 11th hole. Otherwise, it's worth every mile of the journey out there to go and play Dunaverty. Absolutely amazing golf course.
Yeah. Good with that.
Okay, Dave, what are the contenders for the 12th
hole? For 12th, we had nominations for Ely, Kingsbarns and Hopeman. So, yeah.
I don't know anything about Hopeman.
I don't know either.
The 12th is the signature hole. So this is up on the Murray coast, Hopeman, near Covesea and Spey Bay, and it's a really good, well-maintained, gorse-lined course, but the 12th is very much the signature hole. It's a kind of longish par 3, and it's a massive drop from tee to green, shooting into a big punch bowl, basically. So it's one of those where you could hit any club in the bag, and again, it's just you're shooting out towards the coast, and it's another one of those. If you were doing a 1 to 18 of par 3s, it would definitely definitely be a contender in there. Really great golf.
Well, Carl Normington on Facebook, he agreed. He says it's the best par 3 I've ever played. Though Jonathan Britton on Facebook, he's going for the 12th at Kingsbarns. Is in his all-time.
Which one's the 12th at Kingsbarns?
That's the one that goes round the beach, isn't it? The par 5, is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good hole.
That's
it's a good hole. But what I would say, just as we've mentioned with our Dunavity previous winner, it's kind of like great hole, but Kingsbarn is well known. It's not hidden gem. That's what.
But but that hole actually is visually
fantastic.
Stunning. But is it a great?
Well, I'll tell you
hole?
what I like about it is the green is 100 yards long, right? So you can have you can have the flag at the front of the green, and it's a hell of a lot shorter than when the flag's at the back of the green. The drive is a good hole. It's a good hole. One thing I would criticise it for, definitely visually stunning, is that realistically the beach never is in play. Possibly in your third shot, but it's not the way that the beach is in play for the 10th at Ailsa, for example. Not to the same extent, in my view. Great hole though. And Ely's back in the mix here as well, Mr. Ryder Cup 2012 on Twitter. He's all about the 12th at Ely. Dave?
Again, obviously, as Scotland's actual Gulf Coast, Fife, this is another hole that runs along the coast at Ely. In some senses, probably quite similar to Kingsbarns, 12th hole. A little bit shorter. I think it plays as a par 4, but it's still 460 plus. It's a fair old dunt down there. And again, runs right to left along the coastline. Beautiful hole. So, two very strong contenders from Fife, obviously, as one might expect.
Well, with that, if that's the case, then I think we've got to give it to Holman, haven't we? And on that note, I noticed there's some new additions to the Scotland's Gulf Coast East Lothian marketing campaign, where you've now got an extra sign that says hosts Scottish Opens or something. I noticed this week.
Oh, you haven't been here for quite a long time. We've been hosting the Scottish Open.
I know you have, mate, but those signs look new to me.
Like Gala or Renaissance. No, they're about 5-6 years
No,
old.
I get that. It's like just the bottom bit. It looks like there's a new bottom bit that you've obviously raised some money.
The bottom bits. I
think Malcolm's just been out cleaning them recently, giving them a good.
Is that why they're shiny now? Right, I see.
They were put in
when you were having it at Renaissance, right? Okay, Gullen.
No, at Gullen. The second.
Well, you were trying to persuade people that you were like the home of golf. Is that?
But just to point out, with some of the choices we're making here, remember this has been out on all these choices and these things have come through social media. So far, I think we're just about going along with the winners that were in the social media campaign, because they'll also vote on them as well. So
that's true.
I think we're just about concurring with the general public out there. So it's not just our view.
No, definitely.
Our view happens to be colliding and coinciding.
Yeah, and funnily enough, Renaissance wasn't mentioned in any of these holes, was it?
Did you enjoy hitting balls up the other day for the last time?
It's wonderful facility. Wonderful facility.
Well, just for listeners, I didn't let Stevie go. It's wee boy Jamie I let go, but Stevie had to accompany him.
Yeah, exactly. It was fantastic. Okay, you made me feel guilty now. Hole 14. Hole 14, Royal Donner, Foxy. Oh no, I've missed one. Have I missed one?
You just a superstitious man, Stevie. When you wanted to
exactly. Sorry. There's two.
We've had this counting issue with Stevie before, haven't we?
Right, Brora, North Berwick, Muirfield, Royal, Tarlair. That's for hole 13.
So, North Berwick 13 is the wall.
The pit, is it pit? Is that what they call it? Yeah.
The pit, which is, it's a. You can see the beach, everything to the left of you. You've got the wall. Downwind, you've got to drive it not too far into the wall. And then you've got to try and get it over. Narrow green running up the other side, the Royal Bank on the side. It's one of my favorite holes on the course. I think I just love that golf hole, and but I know it's not everybody's favorite. Some people think it's a bit Mickey Mouse. I think it's a stunning golf hole. But that's just one. So where else?
Well, yeah, your man C Shoesmith 12 on Instagram. He's actually going for this one and Muirfield's 13th. Now, both of you played Muirfield very recently. Malcolm this week. Dave normally every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So you're probably the best people to judge that.
Muirfield for 13 is just one of the iconic par threes. Again, we're talking about, you could build a whole golf course in par three. It was the wee slack and the big easy or the big not so easy, depending whether you like him or not. Feathering that ball out on the left-hand bunker to a pin side just below it. And actually, it was there with Roger Davis, and I called Simon Morrison. And Dodgy was on the right-hand side of the green. Pin was at the back, and he hit this ball. And he said, "You think I'll thin that?" And we went, "Yep." And he dropped another one. It stuck on the bank. He dropped another one, hit the same shot. It went up an inch shorter than the first ball and rolled back in the hole. It was more than one wide ahead of shot. I mean, just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I played it off a front tee in the morning on Monday at Muirfield and the further back tee, and it's just a great hole wherever you go with the bank, the bunkers. You've got to get it far enough up the hill. If you go too far, you've got a tough putt coming back. In fact, one of the boys putted back off the bunk. Actually, it was me. Putted back to it, it just ran over.
It's a lot. It's another long green as well, I think. But yeah, those bunkers will gobble up, particularly the ones on the right-hand side will gobble up anything that's just leaking a wee bit that way, won't it? So absolutely terrific golf hole. One of my favourites. One of my favourite holes anywhere, to be honest. And just
Royal Tarlaire. There's a good one for me. That's another course that I've not heard of, and both of them on the Moray coast, which means I need to get up there and play these courses. 13th there. It's called the Civet. Again,
it's another par 3, kind of cliff to cliff, I think, tee to green. So, yeah. And again, I think Brora 13th, that's a par 3 as well. So the par 3 is well represented on hole 13.
Is that because it's one par 3?
Maybe.
That's 13, 1 and 3, by the way, for those who didn't quite get there on that one.
So, yeah, I think Tarlaire, again, probably doesn't get the attention it maybe deserves. It's again, a kind of quite a bit of gorse on the course, tricky, but 13th probably is amongst their signature holes, certainly.
It feels like the way though that you both talked about Muirfield, that's probably where this course deserves a win for the 13th hole.
Yeah, we can talk about the other ones, but it's Muirfield for me.
Yeah.
I mean, as a man that really begrudges voting for any East Lothian golf courses, you have to take that with sort of
Scotland's golf course.
Yeah, Scotland's golf coast hosts
on East Lothian.
Yeah. Okay, Muirfield. Well done to Muirfield.
In Scotland, where golf began, the home golf.
Right. 14th, Royal Donnoch Foxy, Dunbar, Cruden Bay.
14. What's 14 at Dunbar?
Well, I've not played Dunbar for a wee while, actually, so you might have to help me out there a bit, Malcolm.
I'm trying to think which 14 at Dunbar is. So you guys talk about the other one, my brain cranks round in very slow gear. I mean, Foxy at Dornoch is a cracking hole. We were up there with the 1457 Society the other week, and do go on the website, Scotland Where Golf Began, or 1457society.com, and join us up for 49 quid, or come and look at the events we're doing. We're doing some great little events.
Would you say? I mean, Foxy is pretty much the signature hole at Dornoch, right? It's a kind of bunker, no bunkers, and really beautiful, kind of rolling fairway, little humps and hollows. Yeah, it's the 14th at Royal Dornoch is an absolutely tremendous hole, certainly.
Yeah, I've just actually looked at an aerial photograph on Google Images, and it's amazing when you see it from above. That looks pretty special, actually. We've got our Foxy amazes even a vote for this. Should be an automatic choice. That's Tragic Golfer on Twitter. And then the only choice is Foxy. There is no other. Bombay Boy on Instagram. And SJS IMATS on Twitter goes for the 14th of the bar. Royal Dornoch seems to win it from a public perception. What do you think from you boys?
Again, Cruden Bay has got a really unique kind of bathtub green, they call it, the 14th there. But yeah, it's Dornoch for me. It's Dornoch for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, on to the 15th. And we've got the Kings at Glen Eagles. That's not one that we hear a lot about, even though I think it's a fantastic golf course. That's PK950 on Twitter. He loves that one. The Redan at North Berwick. That's Mike Murphy on Facebook. Oh, Kingsbarn's back in the mix here, though. GolfView79 on Instagram. Has to be over the rocks at Kingsbarns.
Another par 3.
Yeah, it is another par 3. It is a great par 3. I would say that's Kingsbarn's signature hole, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
For me, it's probably more than the 12th. That's the signature hole. It's good. It's a good. It's good when they have the flag to the right, so it's got with not much room to play with if you have to go for it. It's a great hole, and you can sort of almost lay up to the bottom left of the green, can't you? Yeah, I think that is a great golf hole.
Kings of Green Eagles. It's what he's got. Par 4 goes up over a ridge, and then you come downhill all the way into the green. Green's kind of, again, a bit of a punch bowl. It's a great golf hole. It's a wee run of great golf holes, actually, there on the King's course, isn't it? 14 kind of drivable-ish, kind of par 4, where I think they've now put a back tee on that, where it maybe not quite so drivable anymore. Then the 15th, 16th, a wee par 3, 17 round the corner, and the big 18 now. So great finish at the King's course. But yeah, it's got to be Kingsbarns, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think hard to beat.
Really hard to beat. Well done, Kingsbarns. Okay, 16. We've got Prestwick, St Nick's, Golspie and Carnoustie. Jim Hartzell again, one of our friends of the show. Golspie and Prestwick Nicks are two favourites. Tough choice. The 16th is a fantastic hole, lots of risk and reward. Great hole, great club. That's Neil Ritchie on Twitter. Golspie and Carnoustie are two great par 3s, but Golspie would be my mix, and that's from Ethocell on Twitter. Okay, let's start with Golspie. Any thoughts on that, guys?
It's a really... Golspie's got a terrific wee finish where I think is it 16, 17, 18 is a little loop inside the middle of the rest of the golf course. 16 is another par 3 with a kind of split level green and a real good runoff at the front of the green as well, with a wee bunker on the left. It works for me because the bunkers are on the left and they're not on the right, which is good. Again, I absolutely can see why it's been nominated. It is a great hole. It's probably the pick at Golspie. There's maybe a couple of others that you might put in the mix, but it is a terrific hole. Carnoustie divides opinion, if I'm honest. Some would say it's closer to a par 4 than a par 3. 16 at Carnoustie. I had a friend played up there recently, and it was off a back tee, and it was he zapped the flag at 247 into the wind. It was all he could do with a driver and still finish short.
Long par, it's a really, really tough par 3. It's a bloody good hole, I tell you. And if you look at an open,
Prestwick St Nick's is a great hole as well. 16th.
Yeah.
It's a great golf course. That very underrated, I would say.
And going what we're trying to do, 1457. It'd be nice to nominate, but I think Carnoustie is Carnoustie. It's one of the great golf courses in the world. That's a very, very, very good.
It's already remember. I don't know. Remember from the front 9. I think we went for the 6th at Carnoustie as being the 6th hole as well. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of pushing for Prestwick St Nick's, to be honest. But I don't think we had a winner of Prestwick St Nick's. Yes, we have. The third hole was.
We had.
The third hole. So okay.
I could make a case for Golspie just to mix it up.
Okay. Mix up. Let's go for Golspie to mix that up. Right, here's a tricky one. The 17th. There's a bit of an elephant in a room when it comes to 17th holes in Scottish golf, is there not? Mac Dunes, fair play. Prestwick. Malcolm can tell us about that because I've still not had a game there, even though he promised me he'd get me on. Western Gales, phenomenal golf course and a phenomenal... the remodelling of the 17th now is amazing. And of course, the Old Course, which is the hole.
Well, is that Prestwick? Yeah. Are we talking about Prestwick, the Old Course?
The iconic...
Or are we talking about Musselburgh, the Old Course?
The iconic hole from the Old Course. Right, before we get to that, let me talk about Western Gales. So Western Gales, you drive straight down.
Why? Do you like
I
Western
love Western Gales, mate. Straight down, railway parallel, and then it's a sort of slight left turn, and you used to be a blind second shot into a wonderfully undulating green deep down towards the sea. But now in the recent remodelling, they've gouged out a kind of sort of a pathway for it, which completely changes the hole, but still makes it challenging. And also it gives you options as well, because on the 17th you can try and bite off a bit of the sort of the distance by going over this sort of area of rough, which is playable from. But yeah, phenomenal golf hole, and even better now the remodelling. Mac Dunes, I'm trying to remember that. Mac Dunes is quite a long hole. Mac Dunes 17th. So that was the Links Golfer 68 on Instagram. He's a big fan of that.
So I talk about Prestwick while you're looking at that. I mean, Prestwick is the Alps. It's the original second hole from 1851, the oldest existing hole in championship golf, which has really got to give it a buy-in. And you drive to the bottom of the hill, and then you've got a blind shot over the hill, big bunker in front of the green, and then up onto the green. I mean, the history there, again, it's view-wise, it's not spectacular. Clubhouse on your right, it's very pretty, whatever else, but it's not, some of the holes we've had in this are just absolutely spectacular. But it doesn't get on TV all the time, so people don't know it. So like other golf holes that might be competing with it. But, just for its history and its difficulty, it's marvellous golf hole. Bit short for the big boys nowadays, I guess, whether they could probably fly the hill and go straight on the green or hit the railway and bump it back in again or not. I don't know. But it's tremendous golf hole.
And the Sahara bunker, the Cardinal bunker, I suppose, isn't it, off the tee as well, and then the Sahara bunker up by the green. It's just
Sahara.
It's absolutely beautiful, absolutely. Again, just one of those kind of timeless classics, isn't it, Alps? But let's be realistic, lads. It's got to be the Old Course, isn't it? I think we had some clients out there a couple of weeks ago, and one of the caddies, who shall remain nameless, said on the first tee, "This, I'm sorry about this, but this is not a great golf course." He said to his charge for the day, and but then they got to the 17th tee, and he said, "Right, roll up your sleeves because now you're about to play the best hole in golf." So
anyway, no half measures with him then.
Indeed, absolutely. Yeah.
Are we talking about the 8th hole Musselburgh when you play the second time become the 17th?
The perennial, it is a cracking hole as well. Actually, I'll give you that. But the perennial debate about which O do you aim for and who's going to smash it off the hotel, and are those windows up to this? Am I going to put it in someone's pint pot as they're having a swift half at the Jigger?
Jigger.
I'm going to disturb someone's wedding by putting it through the patio doors or something like that. So it's just an absolute classic.
I'm going to argue against it very, very hard as I can, but I'll be over 17 hours and I'm probably not going to win the argument, even in my own head.
I think that it is a brown hole because it's got everything, isn't it? It's the tee shot, the line of the tee shot, then the second shot is basically a risk and reward, and then if you go big, you're onto the road. You could hit someone on 18th tee. Yeah, it's a phenomenal. Because I think that one of the things that isn't reflected when you see it on television, when you see it in real life, is how shallow it is. The green, there's not much room from front to back.
It runs the wrong way from you, so you're not hitting down the length of it. You're hitting. It's. I mean, there's nothing bad about the hole. I mean, it's all very well worked out and thought out.
Okay, sorry, Dave. We're going to have to concur.
Of course it is.
It is the road. It is the Old Course, 17th. Of
course it is.
Fair enough. Okay, and we're on almost home. Right, it's interesting. Before I even tell you the short list, I'll tell you the sort of what people are saying on social media. 18th at Murray Old is a cracker. That's Ali J. Anderson on Instagram. 18th at Murray is a great finishing hole. Spent 76 on Instagram. A lot of love for Murray Old. This was the day I was waiting for. Murray Old has the greatest finishing hole in golf. There's no question. Infamous mofo on Twitter. There you go. So obviously, Murray Old has got a sort of nomination for this. We've got Carnoustie again as a cracking hole. Muirfield, yes, I could see that, and the Old Course. I mean, It's a tricky one for me. The old course, it's a great hole from its situation and not the actual hole. The Valley of Sin is reasonably interesting, but I wouldn't say it's particularly hard. And I'm sure the stroke average in the Open Championships must be well near, like, below 4. So I think we'll rule that one out. What about Muirfield? Malcolm, make a case for Muirfield.
Can I go in Muirfield? Muirfield is my favourite hole in golf. I just love the simplicity of that hole. Any honourable members watching or listening, don't be upset when I'm saying it's almost looked like it's in a field, because Muirfield is linksy, but it's the inner part of the golf course, and the turf is sand. But the two bunkers on the side are just placed absolutely beautifully. Then you have this green just tilted towards you, receiving phenomenal clubhouse in the background, and then the bunkers arranged in front of you, but you've got to carry them to get to the front of the green, and it's everything is exactly the right place. I think it's one of the most perfect holes in golf. It's just fantastic. I love it. I love it for its simplicity.
Well, I've not played Murray Old, so somebody tell me about that.
It's one of those, I guess, like a classic links hole, 18th hole, brings you back into the town, basically. There's kind of houses and a bank all the way down the right hand side. Like, all the course is on the left hand side of it, and again you're shooting straight back into the clubhouse. The tee and then the fairway runs at the same level, and then the green is elevated up towards the clubhouse. It's relatively tight. You can leak it left and find another fairway, but needs a good drive, needs a very precise second shot to find the green. I think I played it the last time I played it. It was in the setting sun, and just the shadows and stuff. It seemed absolutely magical. The 18th at Murray Old. So I can see why a few of the guys on Instagram have had to remark on it, because it really is a tremendous golf hole.
Yeah, I've not played it, but I've just heard story after story after story how good it is. I'm very much enjoyed, and again, it fits more into what we're trying to do about tell the world about the smaller golf courses.
I would say I would say Muirfield is a great hole, but in the spirit of where golf began, we've got Muirfield's already won for the 13th hole. I would suggest that Murray Old would be a good winner here to round out our course.
Great.
What about Carnoustie? We're talking about Carnoustie. I mean, look at the history at Carnoustie and the Van de Vel moment, and that's just thinking about Radar. I got cramp. So Radar's he won the Scottish Open at Carnoustie, and he's standing on the 18th tee, and he's 3 up, and his opponent is one Nick Faldo before he became a Sir, and Nick's got his driver out, and Radar's got his 5-iron. So the boys said, so the big guy standing there, were you nervous, whatever else? He said, you got a 5-iron, what are you doing that? He said, well, that was a par 5, and they burst out laughing, like it really matters to a pro whether it's a par 3, 4, and 5. But of course, he's taken the safe route. He's putting it on dry land, and then onto the green. And you've met the Van der Vel story, obviously, is what hell was he doing, with a great commentary from Peter Allis, rolling his socks up, and Paul Lawrie won in that history.
It's tight as well, it's tight. There's out of bounds all the way down that left-hand side, out of bounds just beyond the green as well. If you skip off the back edge of that green, you could easily just find out of bounds as well, the wee fence behind. So it's a terrifically well-designed hole. It's tight up that left-hand side, but there's actually a fair amount of room on the right, as long as you keep it out of the bunkers. Again, just a really well-designed golf hole.
I still think, though, in the spirit of Scotland where golf began, Murray Old is the one that I feel is the right thing to do. I mean, Carnoustie is a special hole, absolutely.
Especially it's called Murray Old, and my legs are cramping, and my bloody called Leggy Old. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Now, just if you want to recap the whole of the 18, why don't you head over to the first episode in this 2-part podcast, which will tell you who won the front nine. And as ever, if you need to get in touch with us, you can check us out, www.scotlandwheregolfbegan.com. And our social is @wheregolfbegan. And you can email us at info@scotlandwheregolfbegan.com. We're going to be back very, very soon to talk more nonsense about this wonderful world of Scottish golf. And Malcolm's cramp will hopefully have subsided. We'll see you.